Half-Life is a PC masterpiece that set a new standard for first-person shooters. But did it set a too high standard for a theoretical physicist? And would it have improved with a human-alien romantic subplot? The answer is yes. Our game stars Gordon Freeman, handsome theoretical physicist that is also mute. But you know, like a blind person, because he can't speak, his other abilities have improved. He is super smart and can run as fast as an Olympian even though his equipment weighs as much as an SUV. He works at Black Mesa, a research facility the size of Belgium, and the game starts with Gordon Freeman being on its tram for 7 hours. I timed it. We see nukes, unsafe robots, and pools of radioactive waste. This informs us that Black Mesa is run by a lunatic with a courtroom fetish. Gordon arrives at the test labs and the scientists there are like, "Gordon, I tried to buy a hat from eBay, but instead they sent me an unstable crystal from another dimension and PayPal refuses to refund me. Can you put the crystal in a giant laser? It's absolutely risk-free." So Gordon does that and everything goes perfect. They have a little celebration, then they start writing lab reports. Nah, I'm just kidding. Everything goes to shit. It explodes, it causes a resonance cascade as they call it. Gordon is on an alien planet and then he comes back and everything is awful. The facility is falling apart and aliens are invading. But you know what? They never say it's because of the explosion. Might just be a crazy coincidence. The alien enemies range from somewhat annoying to incredibly fucking annoying. And it doesn't take long for the US Army to show up. And it doesn't take long for them to start killing the scientists. I'm guessing the meeting went somewhat like, "Mr. Vice President, aliens have taken over a research facility. We are working on rescuing the science team now." "No, leave no witnesses. I'm running for president in 2 years and I'm not gonna answer the question, 'Why did your administration handle the alien invasion so poorly? I'm from the news, So right now, hostiles have taken over a workplace, the US government has made the situation even worse, and we have a hero crawling around ventilation with a submachine gun. I'm saying Half-Life is a Die Hard ripoff. Gordon reaches a rocket testing room that a giant squid has taken over. Lucky for us, he's standing directly under a rocket engine. How incredibly fortunate! Honestly, I think the squid knows this and is just very suicidal. To light a fuse, you need fuel, power, oxygen, then boom! Calamari! In the squid's hole, you get a revolver. The revolver is more powerful long range than a shotgun at short range. As a weapons engineer, I know this is true. It's a mathematical fact that if you pick up a weapon, then a new one later, the second one is always going to be more powerful than the first one. Other weapons include the submachine gun, that might as well be made out of plastic. I'm not sure if I'm damaging the enemies or healing them. There's this weapon that kills enemies in 2 shots and you get about 5 ammo throughout the entire game. Better use those 2 shots carefully. Half-Life's sniper weapon is a crossbow. If you think that's weird, I think you're being unfair. Remember, there weren't any first-person shooters before Half-Life. The concept of a sniper rifle didn't even exist yet. Probably sat in a meeting and was all, "We need a long-range, high-damage weapon." But no such thing exists. What about a crossbow? Have you ever seen or used a crossbow? No, has anyone? Huh. You make an excellent point. This large enemy gets electrocuted, then you get the monorail, and it's completely useless. Walking is superior. The best way to beat the monorail level is to walk, be confident, and pretend you're supposed to be there. Much like all of real life. As you sneak around, you overhear conversations by the military, and they are absolutely evil for some non-apparent reason.
"So I killed these scientists and now I'm gonna go clubbing. Baby seals." Funny story, Mark.
Sometimes I wish they would just have a normal American conversation. Not that I know what that would sound like, but "Hey John, wanna see a Super Bowl later? I have bought several inches of Diet Coke. Alright." "No, I can't, motherfucker. I have to do the Thanksgiving. It sucks. There are so many Fahrenheits outside." I only have movies to go on. A security guard tells Gordon that to stop the invasion he needs to launch a rocket with a satellite on it. How? Pressing a button, it's not rocket science. Wait a minute, they built a rocket silo in the middle of the facility. Who thought that was a good idea? Seriously, these scientists need to unionize. The soldiers though, if an entire special force gets defeated by the one guy, then you need stricter training. Freeman goes down this hole and gets to this aquarium room that I assume was a massive waste of tax money. Here you get a crossbow, and there's this fish monster that barely attacks you, so I assume it was a massive waste of alien tax money. Notice how it moves around water and reacts to objects, and this was 15 years before Call of Duty perfected fish AI. You see, when Gman single-handedly created this game, NPC intelligence was very important. They even put it on the back of the box, in the place where it's supposed to say pre-order bonus skins included. A couple of years after this, Halo came out and AI was on top again. Then, a couple of years later after that, AI was dead, no one gave a shit anymore. I'm going to read here a quarterly report from Ubisoft where the CEO explains why. The board has decided that we need to make major budgetary restriction to artificial intelligence, because bad AI is just more cinematic. Ha ha ha. I'm just fucking with you guys. We were doing blow in the conference room and realized that AI is fucking gay. Ubisoft also the only company open with their coke habits. Have you seen their press conferences? When you walk around in the distance, you will sometimes see a man wearing a suit. The Gman. There's a lot of mystery around him, and it's pretty clear that Valve doesn't know shit. So, who is he really? I think I might have a theorizing. Hi interwebs, welcome to Game Theorizing. Who is the Gman? We know we can teleport between dimensions, so first we need to find out, is this a common ability? I don't know, I don't get out much, but I can look up who spends the most amount of money on interdimensional research. It's tax agencies. What? You might say? You see, they need it in case the middle class starts hiding money in other dimensions. So now we have one important question. How is this relevant to Five Nights at Freddy's? You see, FNAF also has a guy that we don't know the identity of. Could this be a Half-Life remake? Let's take a closer look, shall we? Is the protagonist a scientist? Yes! If I bend the facts enough, yes! Could the animatronics really be aliens? Who the fuck knows? Probably. Oh, Scott, you magnificent son of a bitch. But hey, that's just a theorizing. A game theorizing! Honestly, you're only going to die from falling off ledges and grenades. I have heard there are people online who have died from enemy bullets, but so far I have yet to pull that off. The Freeman gets to a room and the screen turns black and the Freeman is captured. Oh no, what's going to happen? He wakes up and some military dudes are dragging him and you can hear them speak.
Let's kill him, then put his body in Jack's locker. It will be very funny. Nah, let's put him in a trash compactor so he has a chance to escape. Fine. Should we at least take off his suit? Really? You haven't even bought him dinner yet.
Gordon is in a trash compactor, then he leaves the trash compactor. Not very dramatic. This leads him outside, where the humans are fighting the aliens. Guess who's winning? The humans. The aliens are actually getting pounded. Pretty poorly planned invasion, to be honest. This part of the game is incredibly annoying. Then for some reason it gets even more annoying. Then the military decides to leave. Defending against an alien invasion is just not as fun anymore, and it's lunchtime. Gordon makes it to the Lambada complex, where the rest of the science team is hiding. The scientists tell you that the rocket you fired didn't help at all, and you need to go into their world and kick their asses. They don't actually tell you anything about the alien world, maybe they should, but then again, Gordon never asks any questions. Welcome to Sen, the alien homeworld. The Sen level is split up to 7 segments. After you're done with a segment, you go into a teleporter. First segment is pure FPS platforming. Who doesn't love that? Alright, no one. The second segment is the first boss of the game. It's a bit late, but you know, Valve time. I have no idea how to get up there. I have no idea how I got up here. This place is garbage, man. Is this a bloody factory? Everywhere else looks like some sort of backwards shithole. Was that like the alien third world or something? Am I in a developed nation right now? Segment 6, you just know that the alien architect that designed this place just graduated. And now finally we get to face the final boss, or second boss. And as we step in, he reveals a massive plot twist.
There was never an invasion. That was just a ruse. I'm not really interested in Earth, but what I am interested in is the $640 million in negotiable bearer bonds, locked inside Black Mesa's vault. All I need is your code.
You kill the boss by not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Then you teleport and meet the G-Man face to face. Gordon Freeman in the flesh. I have recommended you for a position with my employers. Not because of your achievements, but because you are mute. You can't really rat us out. You've proved yourself a decisive man. I am going to give you a choice. Either I kill you or you join us, and no, there is no dental. Gordon Freeman goes into a portal and we see this message. A cliffhanger, how annoying. I mean, what if they decide to not make a sequel, or they go bankrupt or something? I hope they learned something from this and never made a cliffhanger ever again. Anyways, you should play Half-Life, it's pretty good. And that is the Kilian experience. Like, subscribe and all that salad shit, and I don't know what to say here.